Given that they can do much more than just walking, the zombies in The Walking Dead may need a new name. Our favorite TV show has decided to up its game, and along with it, our excitement. But a new change can go either way. The dramatic alterations made by the producers is giving a twist to our favorite show. So we're going to talk about why The Walking Dead is upping its walker game. First off, why is TWD ending? Our favorite series is ending, and the producers don't want spin-offs. The final 8 episodes of The Walking Dead are intended only to wrap up that narrative, according to producer Angela Kang and COO Scott M. Gimple. Many people have predicted that these last few episodes will prepare the audience for Maggie and Negan's and Daryl's missions. That is not the case, though. The primary series was intended to have a conclusion, but the authors also wanted to leave room for potential sequels. The majority of us still wish for Rick Grimes to come in the final scenes, and for many former cast members to reappear in flashbacks, but it doesn't look like that will occur. Only time will tell, though. Now, let's talk about the new twist on the series. For more than 10 years, The Walking Dead has been a regular on television. The show earned itself the gold standard in media for all things zombie-related, along with its offshoot, Fear the Walking Dead. After season 11, TWD will finish, but to our joy, it's about to become a full-on multiverse. In fact, the way AMC is handing out spin-offs makes it seem as though she is becoming Oprah, but that doesn't imply that the original series is being ignored. In the last group of episodes, the series dramatically changes the walkers, changing what we have already been accustomed to for the greater half of a decade. In The Walking Dead World Beyond's post-credit scene, everything was different. In that moment, a lady was killed and brought back to life, as TWD had frequently demonstrated. However, this time, she did so much more quickly than usual, remembering her assailant right away and physically running after him. The moment reminded us of the series of the sophisticated walkers who characterized season 1 of The Walking Dead. Next up is the new zombie upgrade. For many years, the zombies on TWD served as a contemporary rendition of the zombies initially seen in George Romero's Night of the Living Dead. They were little more than wandering, mindless corpses whose only aim was to consume human flesh and blood. It may be difficult for the franchise to explain why there haven't been any intelligent or physically capable zombies for a decade or more of The Walking Dead. The rationale behind improved zombies is clear, though. In the past 10 years, the zombie category has grown significantly in popularity, and other channels and we are attempting to capitalize on this trend. There is a whole genre of zombie movies on Netflix, including the recent Army of the Dead franchise. There are several zombie-themed television shows, with successes like Resident Evil, Z Nation, The Last of Us, and All of Us Are Dead. The majority of those zombie films and television shows feature frantic, partially intelligent zombies. The franchise must lift the ante and increase the risk factor if TWD's new remakes are to contend with them and lure more of us. That being the case, why is it turning its walkers into, runners? Climbers? Better zombies will at the very least make TWD brisker. One criticism of the show is how some of the episodes have stretched on and grown boring. It will be more difficult to have slow episodes with sophisticated zombies because the survivors would always be moving. But why is the major change so close to the ending? At first look, it seems strange to introduce a new type of zombie so near The Walking Dead's conclusion. The headroom provided by 8 episodes is far from sufficient to deal with such a monumental revelation, and given how congested the season 11 narrative landscape is, mutated zombies risk suffocating The Walking Dead's other important plot lines. But after the main series concludes, The Walking Dead will spin off several new series. These projects become much more appealing when faster and more intelligent zombies are introduced, and they provide the much-needed new perspective that all of us haven't seen before. It can only be a positive thing that zombies will play a more prominent role in The Walking Dead spin-offs as they progress up the food chain. The Walking Dead needs to explain its origins for zombie variations to be popular with us. Walking Dead World Beyond makes a strong case that the French researchers unintentionally started a mutation while looking for a cure in the early stages of the pandemic. It would certainly clarify why it took so long for versions to arrive in the United States. So what about the perceptive zombies from season 1 of The Walking Dead? Were they just random events, or were variants incredibly uncommon before the French researchers unintentionally made them the dominant breed in Europe? Faster and more intelligent zombies can help revitalize The Walking Dead as Robert Kirkman's series transitions from a typical TV format to a movie franchise. So long as the transition makes perfect sense, The Walking Dead has approached zombies from every angle possible after more than 10 years of flesh-ripping delight across many shows. Overturning the existing equation and handing zombies their momentum back was the best and possibly only option if AMC wants The Walking Dead to continue plodding forward. And now for some other news. First off is the things you should know about Season 3 of The Orville. The Orville, now appropriately known as The Orville New Horizons, is currently available to stream on Hulu. It has emerged with a more concentrated, serious storyline and its well-known yet appreciatively humorous perspective on sci-fi deep research. At the end of Season 2, we last saw Captain Ed Mercer and the passengers of the USS Orville, a planetary Union ship, just surviving a terrible attack by the Kalon and repairing a time timeline that threatened to destroy the galaxy. After more than 2 agonizing years of wait, Season 3 has now mostly started up where Seasons 1 and 2 left off, but with a new perspective that welcomes new viewers to the series. The first was the threat posed by the heartless robot species known as the Kalon threat, which wiped out its despotic forebearers. The Season 1 episode, About a Girl, is yet another early illustration of the Orville's desire to experiment with challenging literary issues. Second Officer Bortus, a representative of the primarily male Moklan species, is the subject of the episode. After giving birth to a female named Topa, Bortus and his spouse Clyden decide to fix this oddity by changing their daughter's sex. Next up is America Chavez's conceivable future in the multiverse saga of the MCU, according to Xochitl Gomez. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness was recently published on 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and DVD, along with a host of bonus features after its digital release. One of them shines a light on America Chavez, one of the film's significant new MCU additions. America, portrayed by 16-year-old Xochitl Gomez, is the Scarlet Witch's target in the movie because of her very astounding ability to create portals across the numerous realities that make up the multiverse. Gomez emphasized that they hadn't told her yet about what will become of her role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so it's up to us to determine if she's speaking the truth or doing an Andrew Garfield. Nevertheless, it was noted that it was difficult to avoid thinking about the reality that she performed the character with the great power to climb between the worlds that comprise said multiverse, after having heard from Feige at Comic-Con that the whole of Phase 4, Phase 5, and Phase 6 was now recognized as the Multiverse Saga. And finally, the filmmakers of Dungeons & Dragons on capturing the spirit of the game. Jeremy Irons, one of the Wayans and the actor who portrayed Jimmy Olsen in Lois and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman, were all undoubtedly in this singularly boring adventure, which comes to mind when the terms Dungeons & Dragons and movie are combined. All of us Legions fans have felt the agonizing letdown of seeing a boring depiction of anything you love on television or in movies. No annotations are necessary because the 1980s cartoon series is faultless. Additionally, the upcoming movie might or might not pay respect to those figures. After the excitement of San Diego Comic-Con's triumphant return to Hall H, the writers/directors John Francis Daly and Jonathan Goldstein, and producer Jeff Latcham, who has worked in various obscure indie films like Iron Man, The Avengers, and Guardians of the Galaxy, to discuss making a Dungeons & Dragons movie that accurately conveys the feeling we get while playing the game. That's a wrap for this video. What did you think about the new zombie upgrade? Was it a good move on the director's part? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.